Right, this is the second take because for some reason my mic didn't work earlier on. Hello and welcome to another daily market update. Let's have a look at what Bitcoin's doing, why it's stopping where it's stopping, and what I think is going to be happening in the coming days. First off, worth noting, we got quite an aggressive push up and we took the liquidity from all of these recent highs. Let me just give you the answer straight off. Where am I waiting for the price of Bitcoin? I'm waiting for it above these highs and above this high. To be specific, this area right here between 70 and 69k. Right there, I would be really happy to fire a short position. Until then, I'm personally not going to be looking for a short position. That's what my goal is. That's where I think Bitcoin is going to be going. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what you can do in the meantime until we don't make it there. What you can trade, what I don't really think you should trade, and basically what I'm going to be doing and what my plan is. Okay, so let's start off by doing a really quick recap, okay, on the 1 hourly time frame. We had an accumulation process right here, which was a study made by Mr. Richard Wyckoff, in which he studied smart money, the market makers that manipulate the markets however they want. He basically came to the conclusion that if you've got 100 million to buy Bitcoin, you can't just click buy. If you just click buy, what happens is that you move the price up because you've got too much volume, which basically makes it that you wanted to buy here and you end up buying here because you've got too much volume. Therefore, what do market makers do? They make the price go in a range so that they can slowly load up their 100 million. 5 million, another 5, 10, 15, 20, another 5, another 5. You see what I mean? That's what they try to do. At least that's what Richard Wyckoff wanted to study. And that's the conclusion he came to. Therefore, accumulation range here, which has exploded up. Every attempt we had to push down was rejected. That actually is a massive sign of strength. Why? Because this tells you that these people that were going long here, as soon as the price was threatening to go down and down and down, they came up and pushed the price back up because they were defending all of their long positions from here. Does that make sense? Do you follow? Please follow. Having said that, following the exact same mindset, I just told you I'm waiting for Bitcoin at around 69 or 70k. Do you think market makers are going to be satisfied with a 6% push up on Bitcoin? Probably not. Are they more likely to be satisfied with a 15% push on Bitcoin? Probably yes. Okay, that's another simple concept, another simple reason why I think the price should be going up. Now, if you, and this would be really good if you watched my video on how I use fixed range volume profiles to identify key levels in previous ranges, okay, which is a really good trading strategy that I use, you are going to know what I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to trace a fixed range volume profile on this previous range in which we were in, which was a massive range. I'm going to trace you a line overlapping with this white one, okay, which is the value area low of this massive range which we had, okay? We can see this is exactly where we are fighting with right now. We got a push up and we got an instant rejection. It's like we hit some sort of limit, okay? You could say, yeah, it's just a resistance from the previous high. No, it just means the previous high also did the exact same thing, hit that exact same barrier, and then got a massive collapse back down. Does this mean right now we're going to get a massive collapse back down? No. I personally do not think so. I think we're pretty much bullish. I know where the price is heading. Therefore, how am I going to be trading? Well, the best levels for you to join a trend are usually on pullbacks. The price hasn't really given us any pullbacks yet. Therefore, I think if we go back down to around this area, 63,500 is going to be a good place to potentially start thinking about longs. Let me tell you why. Let's trace a Fibonacci retracement from this little push up that we had. If we zoom in, we can see the 0.5 and the 0.618 land in the exact same area. Well, land basically in the middle of this massive push up. Okay, now what else can we spot? Okay, if we zoom in even more, we can spot a fair value gap, FVG. I'm on the 1 hourly time frame. Okay, so we've got a 1 hourly fair value gap, basically in the same area as the golden pocket. Let me zoom out. Let me go to the 4 hourly time frame. What can I see? I can see actually a very similar thing. Another fair value gap. So what is this telling me now? I've basically got a 1 hour fair value gap inside a Fibonacci level inside a 4 hour fair value gap. This is a quite high probability trade. If the price does do some sort of healthy correction back down, this would be a really good area to look for a long. Do you know what would be amazing? If someone created some indicators which told you exactly and did this little analysis I've just done for you. Believe it or not, we actually created them and you've actually got access to them for free. Okay, you know how I say it in every single one of my videos. If you want to see how, I'm not going to tell you in this video. I am going to force you to go to a different one and see how you can get access to them. Okay, this is exactly what I was telling you earlier on. We've got a 1 hourly fair value gap, which is represented by this green rectangle right there. We've also got an 8 hourly fair value gap, actually, an 8 hour fair value gap overlapping this whole area. The smart trend, which is this green line coming along there very nicely. And on top of that, let me zoom out on the 4 hourly time frame. We've got this line, which is an exponential moving average. So quick recap. Exponential moving average on the 4 hourly time frame, 4 hour fair value gap, 8 hourly fair value gap, 1 hourly fair value gap, golden pocket on the Fibonacci retracement from this whole push up, and the 1 hourly smart trend. Definitely 63,500 approximately would be a pretty damn good area to look for a long, at least in my humble, very humble opinion. Okay, just for the fun of it as well, because I haven't done this yet. I just want to trace a fixed range volume profile, see if I'm able to get any more information on there. Well, yeah, okay, you could also see this. You've got a really low volume node. Okay, how do you want to treat a low volume node? Basically, it's an area where the price does not want to spend any time at. A low volume node is an area where the price does not spend any time at. This means if this is an image of my low volume node, okay, this is the low volume node. If the price came crashing down, it should get an immediate reaction. We shouldn't actually spend much time trading there because there's basically no volume. The price has no interest in being in this low volume node, okay? Therefore, if we do see it, it should be quite an aggressive move down and then back up, okay? Having said that, I think I've just told you everything that I wanted to tell you. Let's have a really quick look, if you want, at Ethereum. I just realized you can't actually answer me whether you want to or not. So we're just going to look at it whether you like it or not. Let's zoom out, okay? And Ethereum's actually really bullish. It's gotten quite a crazy push up. And actually, this is really interesting. Look at this trade. This was a trade that I personally took. That's why it's still there. I can delete it now. Why did I decide to take this trade? Let's break it down. Let's see why, how, and when. First of all, let's delete some stuff so that it's not as noisy. And let's also hide our indicators for now. This was from this whole push up. Okay, I used a Fibonacci retracement. The price came down exactly to the 0.618 level. And we also had this yellow line. What is this yellow line? Is the point of control. Another really important, well, basically the most important area in your whole volume profile. Okay, this was a high probability trade, 0.618 point of control. I took the trade. I only took it up until the recent high, but still that was a 4.8% move. It has now blown up past everything, which is great. Exactly the same thing for Ethereum. If we get some sort of push back down, it would sort of make sense at around the area of 1,830. Let's now turn on our indicators, and this is going to confirm what I've just told you. Why 1,830? Well, it's the top side of this range, so a resistance, once you break it, turns into a, yes, good job, it turns into a support. Additionally, it's the value area high. It's an area of old resistance. It has now turned into a support. We've got an 8-hour fair value gap, a 1-hourly fair value gap, and I've also got the smart trend in this area as well. It makes sense just for the fun of it as well. We're going to trace a Fibonacci retracement, see what we can get. And it's just all adding up. It's all see, the actual strategy is not that complex. You just need to know what you're looking at, which is why I've done a whole free course, by the way. I've done a whole free course and I've posted it on this YouTube channel. But this is how I do my market readings. This is how I look at where I think the price is going to end up going. And that's basically it. Okay, so that's my plan. That's what I think Bitcoin's going to be doing. That's what I think Bitcoin's Ethereum is going to be doing, and what I'm going to be trading. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, make sure you also subscribe, and make sure you let me know in the comment section if you've got any questions or any doubts or any issues, as long as it's regarding trading. I am not your therapist. Thank you so much for watching, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.